So, we're here today with an interview with a very certain artist, and I'll let him introduce himself. So, what is your name?
My name is Decon. My name is Danny Clay, but I go by the artist name Decon.
So, where are you from?
I'm originally I was born in Florida, but I grew up over here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then went to college and started working with a couple companies for several years in Utah, and then came back during COVID. So I'm here.
So, what would you describe your main job title as?
Kind of coordination or kind of like general like manager of operations for a lot of different things. But my favorite thing right now that I've been like kind of doing is brand management and also making content. So
Right. Dope. When did you first start to really get into the industry that you're currently in?
So it started about like 8 years ago when I started picking up trash at an arena, and I ended up getting a lot of momentum from the people I was working with and shaking hands with at the arenas that were touring and passing by. Started having them refer me to bigger companies and different people for certain positions and just asking for a learning opportunity. And they appreciated that. They saw that I had a lot of work ethic, and then they were like, hey, you want a position with this band or with this festival or with this like event? And started going up from there. So all from 8 years ago, picking up trash.
Oh, wow. Well, so... that leads to my next question. So, about how long have you been doing this for?
4 years learning and then 4 years performing. And so
Expand on that a little bit. So, like, when was your turning point when you started like performing more and you started to get more into that?
I would say I had a music artist that I was working for that I turned around and I was asking a lot of favors from, and they turned around, they were like, why don't you do this yourself? And then I started seeing some numbers that they were usually nobody at that level, like an A-list celebrity, or because I was working with everybody from like Lil Wayne all the way down to like Dolly Parton. I have like photos with like Kanye. I'm on 50 Cent's website. Like I'm like all over the place. And so when I started asking like favors ignorantly when I was still like in that like green like kid phase, like trying to learn how it works, right, they turned around, they were like, you have enough resources, you just got to know how to use it. And so once I learned what I had and who I knew and how to use that properly, I quit everything and I was like, I'm going to try to see if I can come out as a music artist myself. And so I would say about my turning point was when I kind of got into the festival circuit scene. So working with like Coachella, Bonnaroo, Rolling Loud, EDC. So
that's dope. Awesome. Yeah. So what do you think so far at this point in your career is your like favorite project you worked on or your biggest?
It's hard to say because I'm finding success in different areas. And I've found success at different times too that have had a different impact on me at different times. For example, like when I first was coming out as a music artist and like being able to get booked to open up and tour with like people like G-Eazy, or like to be able to go open up at a festival for like Chris Brown or stuff like that, I was like, that was like a huge highlight. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like hanging out with celebrities. I have people listening to my music. I have music with like famous people. Like this is awesome. But then like now that I'm looking at it, like at where I'm standing right now in my life, I have like a full company that I'm running with like people that I have that are helping me manage, and we're building like a large scale commercial experience for like a full city. So that's a whole different effect. And so now I'm kind of understanding why like people would put themselves through the stress and like the problematic like situation of like owning a festival and managing 80,000 people versus like being the artist on the stage. So I'm like seeing all the different positions, and I don't know, I'm finding value everywhere. I think all of it is like it's just how you interpret. Some people like Dr. Pepper versus Coca-Cola, and like with me right now, I'm still tasting all the flavors. I'm still learning, but right now I like where I'm at. I like owning a company. I like managing. I like creating an unforgettable experience where other artists are coming to me wanting to get on the stage, and me creating something for thousands of people.
Right. That's awesome. So as you step into this new episode of your life, as you go into this business management position, do you see the what skills, I guess, have you learned going into that?
I would definitely say I have a new level of respect for these crotchety old people that worked in the industry, because every time I would like go backstage or like sound check or doing it, I would deal with like these people that were just like burnt out, or just people that have like just been in it so long that they just like it doesn't faze them that they like see Beyonce or something like that. And like now that I'm like, it's a whole nother perspective and so much stress and so much, but it's like, I'm still 26, so it's like I'm young. Like all these people are doing this like way older, and they don't really get like the jump on until like they have all their stuff like later on. And me, I feel like I'm still studying and like learning, and I have a whole new respect for these people. So, but I'm still learning. I like it. I like where I'm at.
Out of all of your events that you've been doing, can you pinpoint one that's been like super kind of more like stressful than the other ones, or just things aren't going too right?
I want to say the Toyota concert series, the Toyota summer concert series, when we had oh my goodness, no. Okay, we bought Kodak Black to come down for a performance. It was like 45-minute performance. Literally, we were getting so many ticket sales, so much promotion, so much everything. This is 24 hours before he got arrested. And so
shoot.
we were having people all going crazy. We didn't even get the news until like later, like the next day. But it was all over the news that he got arrested. And so some people already knew, and people were DMing us and blowing us up. They were like, yo, it's like, what's going on? Since is he fully arrested? Like, are we gonna get a refund? Like, what? And we were finding out from his fans, and we were already sold like more than like 3,000 tickets, and this venue holds like 7,000. Oh, bro, it was so that was hard.
Yeah, that's stressful.
refunding over 4,000
So
people.
did you refund them?
Oh, obviously, we had to. There was no performance, no show, everything. We got our money back, but we had sponsors kind of cover everything, and since it was something like that, one of them lost their deposit, but that was it. So
that sucks.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what do you, with your company and with everything you're doing, what are the next steps for you? What do you want to do next in your career?
I want to try to see if I can create something that is going to outgrow me. I want to, because I'm very ambitious, I'm very crazy. I have like a lot of like ideas. I want to create stuff not only in this state, but also I have resources in all the other touching states around me. So I want to take over the Four Corners. I want to go over to the college scenes and do my own festival. It's something that I've always dreamt of like managing and putting together. So
cool, dope. So, my last question is: so what do you want to leave your audiences with, and like after the experience,
an unforgettable experience? I want them to go after our experience and text me or DM us and be like, come back. Or when's the next one? And that's my favorite thing, because when I see people asking us when we're creating the next experience, that means that they had a good time the first time. And always, like every time we do an event or every time we create an experience for our audience, we always like reward these people for giving us feedback. I love the feedback, so we can be able to grow and be bigger, because I feel like a lot of event coordinators or a lot of like people just give out a product and then they're like, this is what you're gonna get, that's it. And it's and I'm in my field of work as an event coordinator, you have the world to work with. You can make as much as you want, you can get as creative as you want in that realm too. I would love to create not only like a venue, but not my own venue, but like I would love to have like my own like company branch in several different states doing that type of thing, where we're creating and just we have expanded to that level. So that's my goal.
That's awesome. That's dope. So another last question, but
you can have 50 more last questions.
I know, right? Yeah. So what advice would you give to someone who's trying to do something similar to you?
Try to reach out to as many people as possible and try to get as much knowledge as possible, because a lot of people like gatekeep in this realm, and I don't feel like it's necessary, because if the reality is, if I'm the only music artist in my city, I'm not going to thrive. So try to work with as many people as possible. And on top of that, don't be afraid to take risks. But I had to go through so much before I actually like learned what was the right way. And so try to learn from other people's mistakes too. So you're not having to do that yourself and suffer.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks,
we'll see you later, man.
For sure. Appreciate it.